Getting it harder way 7T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, greatly appreciate you sliding through. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you chose to be right here, and I greatly appreciate it. Here with a little informational tea. We got some good news, and I'm hoping that that it follow through. This is sources right here, right? Sources. My sources tell me, boxing fans, that we should be expecting a hell of a fight to be called pretty soon. Now, as we know, just because these sanctioning body call these fights doesn't mean that these fights are going to happen, right? But sometimes when you get two fighters who ain't running from no smoke. And I've been wrong before because I thought that Zepeda, wasn't running from no smoke either, right? And Zepeda was called to fight, was called out Shakur Stevenson, and then decided not to fight him. We got Isaac Cruz, who was actually called to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? And then the fight didn't transpire. So just because these fights get called doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to happen. But I don't see a reason why this fight right here wouldn't happen, especially given the two people, involved. We got Shakur Stevenson, former unified champ at the 130-pound division, right? And we got number one contender, Frank Martin, who is currently the WBA regular champion, right? That means he's currently the number one contender for the WBA regular championship, which would be Javante Tank Davis's title, right? Frank Martin is coming off a win against Michelle Rivera, and in his last fight, he fought the Artem guy. I think it was from Russia, I think, but he was an Olympian, right? He's coming off two of the better wins of his career. Shakur Stevenson is coming off a win over Yoshini. Shakur Stevenson is currently looking for, a big fight opportunity. He was hoping he could get that with Devin Haney, but Devin Haney ended up fighting Regis Prograis at a division higher, 140-pound division. Devin Haney is moving up in weight, and he's going to fight for a championship. He also, he called out Lomachenko. Him and Lomachenko would have made the most sense, right? They were ranked 1 and 2. They were ranked 1 and 2 fighters in that division. But it now came out that Lomachenko has decided to take a break from boxing. He's going to step away a little bit again, right? He just took a little bit of the break, you know what I mean, with the war. He said he's going to go back to his home country, right, and take him a bit of a break. He said the war is still going on, right? So Lomachenko got, other plans right now, you know what I mean? So it's looking like it was down to two options, right? I made a video earlier this week, or was it like sometime last week? But I made a video earlier this week, right, about it. The fourth and the fifth option for the WBC are the only two options right now that don't have a fight, are the only two options that are open, for a fight right now, for Shakur Stevenson, because you got the top-ranked guy, Lomachenko, who's break. You got Isaac Cruz, who's already turned down a fight with Shakur Stevenson. And then you got William Zepeda, who's also already turned down a fight with Shakur Stevenson. So it was only two fighters that could have possibly been left, right? And this Edwin De Los Santos and Frank Martin. Either of those fights, I said, would be good fights, right? But if the WBC, if this rumor is true, right? If my sources are true, right, which they are, you know what I mean, most of the time, right? If this is said to be true, then we got a hell of a fight, to be looking forward to with Frank Martin. We got a hell of a fight to be looking forward to with Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson. So we we could always depend on the WBC to do the right thing, right? Really, not really, right? But let's just hope that the WBC does do the right thing here, and they do call this Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson fight, right? Because this is indeed a fight that the fans do want, right? This is a fight that we have been asking for, right? This is a fight that has been boiling, on social media. It's time for 135, you know what I mean, to step up. And, with David Haney being gone up to 140 now, right? It's time for 135 to step up and make these fights, you know what I mean, that the people want to see. and Frank Martin, Shakur Stevenson for the WBC title. There will be, as far as a ranking system fight, and as far as a fan friendly fight, there will be more than a treat. You know what I mean, for boxing fans, especially with the year that we already having. You add on Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin on top of that. Boxing most definitely is winning this year. What's good, GB Lifetime Videos? And my guy Ray Bud. Appreciate you sliding through. I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long with DCP, but Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin. Be looking out for the WBC to call this fight. You got Lomachenko, who came out and said that he's going back to his country. He wants to continue to help out the war type deal. You got Williams, who's actually fighting Richardson Hitchens, right? He decided not to fight Shakur. He ended up fighting Richardson Hitchens, and then Esau Cruz, was the first one when the WBC ordered Esau Cruz and Shakur Stevenson. Esau Cruz also decided to go a different route. So it wasn't really, not to say it wasn't much left, right? There wasn't really many options for him left other than, right, good options, right? Other than Jermaine Ortiz or Frank Martin or Evan De Los Santos. I thought maybe it would be Jermaine Ortiz because they're both top ranked, but it's looking like the WBC. They're about to do the right thing like Spike Lee and call this Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson fight. And I'm excited, and I really can't wait. You know what I mean? So that's all I got for y'all, man. Skin the Hardaway Sugar T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And what's good, Big Tex? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Big Tex. Glad you can make it by G. I ain't gonna be in this thing too long. Just want to hit y'all with this info. WBC about to call Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin, man. So we gonna be on the lookout for that thing. Peace.